Stan, an overzealous or obsessive fan of a particular celebrity. In the past few weeks, there has been a lot of drama in the Minecraft and YouTube community regarding Stan culture, and it's a topic that has been on my mind, and maybe yours too, for a long time. To be honest, this is actually my third or fourth attempt at making a video about it, but I could never come up with the right words. Until now. So if you haven't heard, about a week ago it was revealed that beloved YouTuber CallMeCarson had engaged in some pretty inappropriate behavior with some fans in the past. I won't go into details here, as I'm sure you either already know or can figure it out for yourself, but to summarize, Carson allegedly exchanged explicit photos with fans, and even with some that were underage at the time. This was soon confirmed by other members of his YouTube group known as Lunch Club, who admitted that Carson had told them about it back in early 2020. Though it doesn't seem like he told them the full story. This would explain why Lunch Club seemingly fell apart earlier last year, and why many of the creators involved stopped collaborating with Carson. A few of his fellow creators have even stated that they are going to take a break from making content in the wake of the scandal. It's a very complicated situation, and it's extremely sad news for both his friends and fans. My heart goes out to all those involved, especially the victims. But I noticed that a lot of fans are defending Carson, or at least excusing or downplaying his behavior, with many pointing out that a 2-year age gap is not that big of a deal, or that it happens all the time. And I agree, the age gap isn't the problem. But the problem is that it's always wrong when nude photos are exchanged when one party is a minor and the other is over the age of 18. It doesn't matter how big or small the age gap between them is. I know in certain states in the US the consent laws vary slightly, but in this particular case, it was definitely illegal. But aside from the legal issues, there is another significant reason as to why Carson's behavior was so inappropriate, which is the abuse of power. Content creators, whether we like it or not, hold a certain influence over their fans, and when they tell the people who watch their content to do something, more than likely a good number of them will do it. And if that something means getting to know a creator on a more personal level, there are many fans, or stans, that would go to some extreme lengths to get that closer relationship, especially those that may be a little on the younger side. Now, I don't think that stan culture as a whole is toxic, as most stans do not seem to have malicious intent. But as we all know, people will often do things on the internet that they would never do in real life. I've noticed that the Minecraft community in particular has struggled with this since the game's explosion in popularity over the past couple years. A lot of Minecraft YouTubers' fanbases tend to form mob mentalities, and so when there's drama between creators, fans can get polarized and opinions are often biased. This sort of thing happens all the time in real life, but when fans number in the thousands or even millions and can hide behind profile pictures, it can get unpleasant pretty quickly. And while there's nothing wrong with letting someone defend themselves before jumping to conclusions, in Carson's case, the evidence was clear. But this phenomenon isn't exclusive to just CallMeCarson. Likewise, when it recently came forward that Dream most likely cheated on some of his 1.16 speedruns, fans insisted that he was innocent despite the overwhelming evidence against him. Now, I want to clarify that cheating in speedrunning and the predatory behavior exhibited by Carson are two completely different moral situations, but the fans reacted very similarly in both instances. This sort of response might seem ridiculous from an outsider's perspective, but to a fan, it is completely understandable. We naturally are going to want to defend someone that we look up to and trust. But in reality, we really can't know the content creators that we love. Content creators are essentially just internet celebrities, but what separates them from movie stars or famous artists is that fans can interact with them a lot easier and much more often, creating this false sense of a personal connection to the creators that we enjoy. On top of that, they frequently create online personas for entertainment that makes it feel like we can know them. So it's easy to forget that celebrities are just people too. Outside of social media, content creators have their own personal lives that we don't know much about. And like you and me, they are also capable of making mistakes. And sometimes, as it turns out, they aren't the people we first thought they were. The CallMeCarson situation is an unfortunate example of this because I think most fans, me included, were extremely shocked when the news first broke out, because Carson just didn't seem like the type of person to do this. Especially with the whole Kate drama last year, a lot of people were very sympathetic towards him for a long time. But this just goes to show that we can't idolize content creators. We can enjoy their content, buy their merch, make fan art, and talk about them all we want, but we can't put them on a pedestal because they're just people. and people aren't perfect. And as much as it sucks when our favorite YouTubers or streamers make mistakes like this, it is ultimately good that they get exposed, because it allows victims to have their voices heard and gives everyone involved, including the perpetrators, an opportunity for healing. And it's also a lesson to other content creators to not make the same mistakes. The whole Dream speedrun scandal, regardless of whether he's guilty or innocent, will probably discourage other speedrunners from cheating. So hopefully Carson will now serve as a warning to other content creators to not take advantage of their fans. And let this also be a lesson to fans to hold creators accountable for their actions, no matter who they are or how much we admire them. Thank you guys for watching. This is a bit of a break from my normal content, and I'm sorry that this isn't a fun topic, but I felt the need to share my thoughts since it is a current subject in the Minecraft YouTube community. But thank you guys for 10,000 subs, a pet reveal, and more Dream SMP videos are on the way, and I'll see you next time.